Intermittent fasting, a term that has become almost ubiquitous in health and wellness circles, often evokes a mix of intrigue and skepticism. I remember the first time I heard about it. It was during a casual conversation with a friend who had recently shed a significant amount of weight. She spoke of her newfound energy, her clearer mind, and her ability to resist cravings that once felt insurmountable. I was intrigued but also skeptical. Could simply changing the timing of my meals really lead to such profound changes? As I began to delve deeper into the world of intermittent fasting, I quickly realized that it was more than just a trendy diet. It was a lifestyle choice that had roots in ancient practices. The concept of fasting has been around for centuries, often tied to religious or spiritual observances. But now, it was being touted as a modern solution to a host of health issues, from obesity to diabetes and even cognitive decline. I found myself caught in a whirlwind of information, myths, and facts, each vying for my attention. One of the first myths I encountered was the idea that fasting equates to starvation. This misconception is so pervasive that it almost feels like a reflex to dismiss fasting altogether. But as I researched, I discovered that fasting is not about depriving oneself. It's about giving the body a break from constant digestion. It's a chance for our systems to reset, to focus on repair and rejuvenation, rather than the relentless cycle of eating and metabolizing. I learned that during fasting periods, the body shifts from using glucose for energy to burning fat, a process known as ketosis. This shift can lead to weight loss, but it's also tied to a host of other benefits, including improved insulin sensitivity and reduced inflammation. I spoke with nutritionists and health experts who emphasize that intermittent fasting is not a one-size-fits-all approach. There are various methods, from the 16-8 method, where you fast for 16 hours and eat within an 8-hour window, to the 5-2 method, where you eat normally for 5 days and restrict calories on 2 non-consecutive days. Each method has its advocates, and personal preference plays a significant role in determining what works best for an individual. One expert I interviewed shared a compelling story about a patient who had struggled with obesity for years. After adopting intermittent fasting, this patient not only lost weight, but also reported significant improvements in mental clarity and emotional well-being. The expert explained that fasting can trigger the release of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, a protein that supports brain health and cognitive function. This was a revelation to me. The idea that fasting could enhance mental acuity was something I had never considered. But with every fact I uncovered, there seemed to be an equal number of myths to debunk. One common myth is that fasting leads to muscle loss. Many people fear that by not eating regularly, they will sacrifice their hard-earned muscle mass. However, research indicates that as long as protein intake is sufficient during eating windows, muscle preservation is possible. In fact, some studies suggest that intermittent fasting can actually promote muscle growth when combined with resistance training. This was a game changer for me. I had always associated weight loss with muscle loss, but here was evidence suggesting the opposite could be true. Then there's the myth that fasting is only for those looking to lose weight. This couldn't be further from the truth. While weight loss is a common outcome, many people adopt intermittent fasting for other reasons. Some seek to improve their metabolic health, while others are drawn to the potential longevity benefits. Research has shown that fasting can activate autophagy, a cellular cleanup process that removes damaged cells and promotes regeneration. This process is believed to play a role in aging and disease prevention. The more I learned, the more I realized that intermittent fasting could be a powerful tool for anyone, regardless of their weight loss goals. As I continued my exploration, I stumbled upon personal testimonials that painted a vivid picture of the transformative effects of intermittent fasting. One woman recounted her struggle with chronic fatigue and brain fog. After just a few weeks of fasting, she noticed a remarkable shift. Her energy levels soared, and she felt more focused than ever. She described it as if a fog had lifted, revealing a world of clarity and purpose. Hearing her story resonated deeply with me. I had often felt sluggish and unfocused, and the idea that something as simple as adjusting my eating schedule could lead to such a profound change was enticing. However, it's essential to acknowledge that intermittent fasting is not without its challenges. I spoke with individuals who struggled with the initial adjustment. The first few days of fasting can be tough, marked by hunger pangs and cravings, but many reported that these feelings subsided as their bodies adapted to the new routine. It's a testament to the resilience of the human body and its ability to thrive under different conditions. Another common concern is the potential for disordered eating patterns. While intermittent fasting can be beneficial for many, it's crucial to approach it mindfully. For some, the rigid structure of fasting can trigger unhealthy relationships with food. It's a reminder that what works for one person may not work for another. Listening to one's body and seeking professional guidance is essential, especially for those with a history of eating disorders. As I reflected on my journey through the myths and facts of intermittent fasting, I realized that it's not just about the act of fasting itself. It's about cultivating a deeper understanding of our bodies and our relationship with food. It's about finding balance, recognizing the signals our bodies send us, and making choices that align with our individual needs. In the end, intermittent fasting is not merely a diet. It's a lifestyle choice that can empower individuals to take control of their health. It's a reminder that our bodies are capable of remarkable things, and sometimes all it takes is a little patience and a willingness to explore new possibilities. As I continue to navigate this journey, I find myself more attuned to my body's rhythms, more mindful of what I consume, and more appreciative of the intricate dance between nourishment and fasting. The myths may persist, but the facts are clear. Intermittent fasting is a powerful tool, and when approached thoughtfully, it can lead to profound transformations.